Today, I've got a really important defensive video here for you, so make sure that you guys are subscribed off the top. I know this is going to help players of all backgrounds, beginners, intermediates, and I'm going to share some stuff that even some pro players don't know about the game on the defensive side of the ball. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So obviously in this game, you guys have probably noticed the 4-man rush is really, really good. If you just rush forward, they really seem to get off the ball and shed well. You know, depending on your drop, depending on your techniques, you're going to notice better results out of like pinched and crashed down. I mean, obviously you guys have seen the double mug meta where you just kind of blitz everybody through the middle. This is a really, really popular blitz meta in the game. It's really, really effective. You also have probably noticed that just your regular base rush, this is something important as well, where you see here when we rush forward, these guys will be able to shed, get off their blocks, and get to the quarterback. The thing about this game is the moment that you guys decide to drop a defensive player into coverage and rush just 3, this will give a much longer pocket timer and a much slower pocket degradation. So you see I snap this ball. These guys really don't shed. They get reblocked. They get knocked around. 6, 7, 8. Eventually the pocket gets pushed enough that you'll be kind of walked into a reach sack, but these guys don't really shed when you rush 3. So this is across the game universally true. If I were to go into dime here, dime a very good pass rush, believe it or not, and I were to just spy a player, so now it's just your front 3, it doesn't matter that you have Danielle Hunter. It doesn't matter that you have a first-round pick on the other edge. When you rush 3 players, the game will just keep these guys glued to their blockers, and it takes a long while. So what you end up with is a situation where you need to keep a minimum blitzer count of 4, and a lot of players in previous Maddens would just blitz their user to get around this and think, okay, well, we've got Danielle Hunter, we got a D tackle, we got Will Anderson, my user's blitzed, that's 4, even though I dropped a defensive lineman into coverage or a spy or whatever it is. This is a count of 4, and you think that it's going to shed. And really what you'll notice with this is on a consistent basis, it just doesn't. There's actually rules to it. If you have any pocket presence, you're going to be able to really have all day long. Even if you don't have the best pocket presence, you really have a long time, okay? So again, 3-man rush, not the way, unless you guys do the small trick. Now, this is kind of our first little trick. This is what most advanced players and certainly all pro players know about this game. When you guys rush 4 and you blitz your user, you need to step forward until a green bar appears over their head. When you do this, the game will then suddenly believe that you guys are rushing 4 because the green bar represents pass rush points. This is the amount of moves that you can do with this player. Al-Shaair being kind of a coverage guy, he doesn't really have a lot of bars, but Danielle Hunter has a ton because he's an elite edge rusher. Again here though, the game thinks that there's 4 guys, so you see that they're able to kind of work and push and shed. Again, you're going to notice that also resistance plays a factor into this. So, you know, if you've been playing the entire game and it's the same interaction every single time, you may decide to, you know, get over here and do something like this with a nickel corner. You'll see a different result. Again, you're going to see here, look at the D tackle getting off the shed. It's not taking 7-8 seconds for someone to shed. Eventually someone gets their one-on-one win. But the problem is there's switch stick in the game. And we know that switch stick is a really great feature because this allows us to basically on defense use the right analog stick to flick around the defense and cycle through and be able to bait multiple routes at the same time. Sometimes you're lurking underneath and you see a 1-play touchdown over the top and you think, oh, I need to get to my top right safety. So you flick the stick up into the right. Obviously I'm running slants right here, so that's not the case, but I'm just showing you guys that it's directionally coordinated. So if I go to the left, it's going to give me this hook, left again to the flat, up to the safety. You can cycle around your defense once you learn how to do this. It's really a high level thing that you must master if you want to play this game well, because coverage is not good, zone's bad, man's bad, match is terrible. You have to be able to switch stick effectively. But the downside is you also have to have your user in a blitz assignment. So with coverage being bad in this game, you're in a catch-22 of, okay, well, you know, I would rather drop 8 than 7 because coverage is bad. So maybe it's, you know, a defensive lineman into a zone drop or a hook of some sort. And then I want to lurk on this corner and do this. So now you're in a spot where, okay, I'm rushing 3. I've got my blitz user, green bar over his head. But when you go to switch stick, it doesn't do it. You see that I'm flicking the stick and my guy's just hit sticking air because he's in a blitz assignment. And I believe that this is because EA wants it to be a this or that situation. I think that they coded this correctly, but there's a workaround. And before I show you that workaround, please make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Zan Madden YouTube channel, the best place to get better at Madden, absolutely free. I'm dropping content, long forms in the mornings, Monday through Friday, with shorts to follow up in the afternoon that will sometimes be focused on countering a meta, picking up a blitz, setting up a blitz, how to bomb a coverage formula. Whatever it is, it's going to be a quick tip in the afternoon that helps you guys get better at the game. If you guys want to keep getting better at the game, you guys should absolutely positively head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg, where I've been extremely hard at work with over 30 vault videos in the first 10 days of Madden 25. I've already got a defensive game plan on the website out of the nickel 3-3. This 3-man rush tip that I'm kind of talking about right now is going to play really, really big into that game plan. You guys can get all my blitz setups as well in there. Sometimes we'll be blitzing our user to guarantee pressures, and you'll need to use this trick I'm about to show you. Got some great coverage formulas if you guys struggle with bunch strong. We got some vault tip content that'll help you guys out with those metas, the best Mabel setup profiles for coverage. We're actually getting some stops in this game, which is really, really key because it's a very hard game to play defense in. So make sure you guys go check it out. You guys can get all the college football content as well. Subscription tiers are varied. You guys can bundle it all together, go individual games, monthly, yearly options. I got something for everyone. Make sure you guys go check it out. Also, make sure you guys hop in our Discord as well. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you guys how to switch stick off a blitz user. And this is really, really cool because this will make it so you can create your hybrid coverages. Maybe you want to guard a running back, but drop a defensive lineman into a vert hook. I still want to rush 3, so I'm blitzing my user. So here's the trick. When you guys are going to do this, you are actually, rather than using the right analog stick to switch stick, which we just flick when we're in a coverage roll, when you're in a blitz assignment, you're actually going to switch stick by pressing and holding B down and flicking the left stick in a direction. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try my best to show you. When we snap the ball, if I hold B and up, it gets me to the safety. And then from there, you're in a coverage roll. So you can actually go ahead and, cycle through your defense with the right stick from there. So I'm gonna show you another example. Maybe I pinch and crash my defensive line down. Maybe I drop B into a coverage roll. Maybe I'm putting the right slot into man on right bumper. I'm gonna guard, on this. But again, when the ball snapped, oh, I wanna go to the left. It's B and left to get onto that corner, and you're gonna be able to switch. So again, that's circle and the left stick to go to the left side or whatever direction you want to go into. So again, I'm blitzing my user. I'm coming down here. I'm getting the green bar over his head. Maybe I want to spy the quarterback. Maybe I want to put Will Anderson in a man-to-man on the tight end down the middle, whatever it is you want to do. But once that ball snapped, I want to go up and right. So it's just be up and right on the left stick. In the next case, maybe I want to user rush on Will Anderson and peel off of him. Okay, so I'm user rushing. Oh no, I can't get home. So it's just being up to the slot corner. Now all of a sudden I can get back in coverage if I haven't won my pass rush assignment. So this is a great tool for people who want to user rush. Now, I'm not a big user rusher, but if this is something where, you're trying to, gradually work your way into lurking the field, maybe you're not confident in your skill as a linebacker user or safety user, this could be a way to kind of introduce yourself to getting back in coverage a little bit without really sacrificing or taking too much responsibility upon yourself. Now, the really cool part about this is that there is one more thing that I think this is extremely, extremely useful for. But let's say that we maybe are rushing 3. I'll go into that 4-3 over real quick. This defense is really popular right now, pinching and crashing down and kind of blitzing your user and standing right here. A lot of players like to run this defense just to guarantee kind of like a gap pressure. And you see like it's pretty good. It's similar to the mug defense as well. But with this, let's say on a given down, we just want to spook our opponent into bad pocket presence. Maybe I would never recommend this, but let's say we drop Danielle Hunter into coverage. So we put him into like a hard flat. Maybe we got a curl flat backed up over here on the left. And I want to blitz my user so that way my front 3 can rush. Now, of course, what most players are going to do with their quarterback in this is they're going to roll. The cool thing about this is I can click off of my user as they roll out by pressing B and then flicking the stick in the direction that I want to peel back in coverage. So you see right here, if your opponent is mobile with their quarterback and they roll out to the right flat, they're probably going to do so sprinting. You're going to chase that, right? And then you're going to say, oh, you know what? They're going to throw this little route to Kittle if I don't click on and cut this off. The act of clicking on by pressing B and then up and right on the left stick to go to that player is like a pseudo send the spy at the same time. So I click off of this guy and then boom, Shire is immediately chasing the quarterback. So many times players think that you can't switch stick off of a player that is basically not a coverage player. So they aren't scared of this. They're going to kind of roll out. They know that as a user, you basically have to commit with your user to chasing the quarterback and that they're just going to dump that throw to Kittle. Well, in this case, you get the best of both worlds. You switch stick to the player you want to play coverage with, and it chases the quarterback. And the pursuit of the quarterback, as you guys know, can be a little squirrely. It's hard to tackle them on scrambles because they can swerve and the locomotion of the defense is worse. Well, in this case, it's like a kind of like a honing missile, and he just kind of runs straight at the quarterback, and you're able to kind of peel back and take away what they would dump off when pressured. So I really like this. I've actually heard pro players say that switch sticking off of the blitz user is not good. I think it's better than good. I think it is actually one of the best tactics in the game for dealing with people that constantly get out of the pocket. And you see right here, like just the value of it is like you can rush 3, they get really confident. Oh, I could just kind of waltz out into the out of the pocket into the flat, and then you kind of like pseudo guard it and switch stick off, and then boom, that guy's going right after the quarterback. And then they've got to make a choice to throw it away or throw it right at you, which I think is a really cool thing. So that is, in general, the best practices for Madden 25 on the defensive side of the ball. You understand your minimum rush requirements. Sometimes if you want to rush 3, you have to blitz your user. You understand that you can't traditional switch stick off of a blitz user, but there is a workaround. This is going to make any defense in the game better, I promise you. So if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, tells the YouTube algorithm this was a useful video, helps it reach other Madden players just like you looking for tips and tutorial content. And make sure that you guys drop a comment below. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, I want to hear them. What are you struggling with in this game? Maybe your question becomes the topic of a future video. You guys check out gridirongameplans.gg, and I'll see you guys this afternoon with a short, or tomorrow with another long form upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get lab and good luck.